Yeah, some of our inexperience showed today, from a standpoint of some guys are counting a day instead of making a day count, some of the young pups. So I think they're upperclassmen teammates. I'll have a nice conversation with them. But knowing this group the way I've got to know them here over the last few weeks, a couple of weeks ago the defense kind of got thumped a little bit on Thursday and came out and had a great scrimmage. And then we flipped it over last week. The defense had a great Thursday, and the offense kind of took it on the chin. They came out and had a great scrimmage. So competitive group, they'll respond, and look forward to having a great scrimmage on Saturday.
Last year in your defensive backfield, you had a lot of seniors, some guys with some experience. This year, you're playing some guys who haven't gotten as much experience. How's that coming along so far?
Well, maybe last year was a little misleading because the guys were seniors. I mean, Brian and Mabes have played a lot of football for us, but, the other two guys were young, and through that we gained a lot of experience for half of our secondary. And now as we move into this year, that half is, a little bit more experience. The other half is a little younger. So, I just have a fundamental belief that through competition, good players become great and great players become special. And we've got great competition. Guys are fighting and scratching and clawing to earn a role. And we got one more chance at spring ball to kind of prove what they can do and, go out and execute and do things the right way. And then we'll sit down and talk next week and kind of tell them right where they're at, what they need to do between now and August, and see where they're at when they report to Kenosha. With the scrimmage, we just need to finish strong and take the things that we've learned through these first 3 weeks, the first two big scrimmages that we've had, and hopefully go out and execute. And there's going to be ebb and flow. We've got, young guys out there for their third scrimmage, their third time being in that kind of environment. So there'll be ebb and flow, but a lot of teachable and coachable moments, and we'll catch back up with the guys as we kind of cycle off the road during the month of May.
In terms of the recruits that are going to be there, this might be some of their first time seeing the team play in person. What do you hope to show them about your program here?
Well, the same thing. If that was their first time then, or any day that they show up, number one, that our guys are going to compete. We've got a very tight-knit group of people here that believe in lifting each other up and trying to help each other get better, and just the environment, the way that we work, and the enthusiasm and the passion that we do it with. And then just get around our players. Everybody on our coaching staff is way overrated. The best part about being a Wildcat is the people, and in particular in our program, it's our young men. So get them around the guys a little bit and get them that snapshot, and hopefully get them back in May and June, and through camp season and go from there.
There's also the youth clinic on Saturday morning. Yeah. It's a kind of a neat opportunity for kids to learn from Nick Roach and some of your current players.
Yeah, no, the youth clinic is something that when we started a few years ago, I thought we'd have a handful of kids, and then these fields are just littered with little guys. So it's really special. It's a great chance for local young Chicagoans to come out and meet their heroes. Meet Nick Roach of Chicago Bear. Come out and get a ball thrown to them by some of our guys that are unfortunately not going to get a chance to participate in the scrimmage. But Evan Watkins and all the guys that are kind of out right now are going to be out there having some fun with the young people, teaching them some of the fundamentals that we have, and just more importantly, having fun with the game of football before the scrimmage.
Any idea when an announcement might be made about the new facilities, everything?
I think everything's progressing. From a standpoint of where things are at, it's probably a better question for Dr. Phillips and for Morty, but from that standpoint, I feel very confident that everything's on track to where we thought it would be when we first started this process, and just trying to get the finishing touches. I think we do things the right way here from a standpoint. We've got plans and things already thought out, but it's being vetted through and worked out through from the complete campus standpoint to make sure that what we do, number one, is outstanding and spectacular for now, but also be prepared for the future, where we don't feel like we have to go back and piecemeal things again. And then also be able to incorporate the entire campus into what we're doing. So it's a win-win. It's great for our program. It's great for our programs in the athletic department. And then great for all of our students in intramurals and opportunities to participate in some facilities that we currently don't have and that are a need for campus. So it should be a lot of fun, and expect that to come sooner rather than later. But exactly when, I'm not too worried about that.
What exactly do you see out of Venrick Mark? He's sort of your, receiver, kick returner sometimes. He was on defense a little bit last year. What's he bring at this point in his career?
Well, he's been a running back for us here the last half of last year, and then we move him around a little bit to get him to play to his strengths. He's obviously been very dynamic in the kicking game for us, which we're going to continue to expect to see. But as he continues to pick up the offense now in a new position and grasp it, I think he's definitely a guy that's dynamic and can make some plays.
Is he a running back in terms of what you guys are using him for at this point?
Currently, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how's that transition gone?
Well, again, it started last year, probably midway through the season, so I think he's definitely further along at this time than than he was obviously at the end of the season. So, I'm pleased. He got a little dinged up for a little while in spring, so that set him back a little bit, but he looks fresh and fast. I usually call him one of those guys that come back off a little ding salad, the fresh bag of salad. So he's fresh, and he looks a little faster than everybody else that's been kind of going out here for 15 practices.
Do you think that's a result more of, his skill set, or you've spoken in past on, our running backs a little bit dinged up? You guys have, not necessarily the depth you might want?
No, we moved in there for a skill set. Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely.
All right.